Hello and welcome back to Art Therapy with Jenn. Today I'm working my Dark Dystopian themed magazine collage art journal. If this is your first time tuning in to this series on my channel, what I do is I complete a page in this journal each week which explores a new chapter in this dark dystopian world. So it's magazine collage, it's glue booking, it's art journaling, but we also like to use our imagination quite a bit and see what this page may be telling us about the characters and the goings-on in this dark dystopian world. And this week, I'm doing chapter 21. Oh my goodness, it gets me every time, y'all, that we're on, the chapters just keep adding up and it's just awesome. But anyway, as usual, I get started with the background. I go through my stash and you see here there's just images all around me, and I lace them out that I think might need to go on pages that day, and then I just put a good show on, put some music on, talk to somebody on speakerphone or something and just get to it. And for this page it's a lot of like moody colors, jewel tones, dark dystopian browns, and just anything that just strikes my fancy. I was really happy to finally use that watch image with that kind of metal orb behind it. I've had that in my stash a long time, and it's just at home on this page. I love it. And if you want to see the other pages or chapters in this journal, I will have a playlist linked down below if you want to check those out. You can just watch them, as a page each, or sometimes there's some things that connect them together, at least in my mind. There's no right or wrong answers here. We're just having fun and exploring some like dark fantasy, sci-fi, dystopian themes. And there's no real rhyme or reason for where I'm placing stuff. And here is the finished background that we're working with for this page. So here's kind of the mood, the color story, the texture, whatever you want to call it, is our starting off point. So for this page, I'm going to be using 4 different kind of focal or character images. And we have our blonde girl again, y'all, which, as I said, no right or wrong answer. Is this the same girl? Or is this someone totally different? I don't know. Y'all tell me. But she's in this very traditional, what you would expect from kind of a trustworthy look and, retro media and, down to the suit and tie of it all, the expression, the hair. And she's got all these different microphones in front of her that would be, almost like a press conference. They have all these different news channels and companies' logos on them. Kind of the old school conferences or press conferences, if you will. And I've just kind of fussy cut her out, and then I just did a ripped edge on the bottom around those microphones just to, I don't know, I like the look, and I did not want to have to fussy cut around all those microphones. So we just is it cheat? No, I think it's a hack, right? Or it is a rip in this case. And I'm just making sure all those edges are glued down before we move on to the next one. And this one just had a lot of little pieces with those microphones. So now I really like this image, and it's kind of a cartoony type image and a little tie-in, so bear with me. But it's just this, robot that's drawn. It's just this super cute, almost like kawaii style, just this big cuddly robot. And he's got this man scooped up in his arms with this just big smile and these huge eyes. And I think it just says a lot to me. I've had this one in my stash for a very long time too, and it was just waiting to go on this page, I think. But almost this just teddy bear like quality, and to me it kind of speaks to the power of advertising and how things can kind of be made cutesy to invoke a different feel. Excuse me, y'all. I got my cough back. It'll be all right, though. And hopefully y'all can't hear Eddie going on. He's scratching at the door and running some things around. And you know how it is when you got animals. And then we have the girl again. And she's in the same hairstyle, but she, again, has that type of dress, I guess, that evokes some type of trustworthy, like, upright feel. This is what people would wear for that. Again, sorry, y'all. Excuse me. I never cough until I get on here to start voicing over, so I do apologize. And then we're going to use one more image, and I used the white robot hand a couple chapters back on chapter 19, and then I still had this black robot hand from the same ad, and I'm going to use it up here so it almost looks like it's, I don't know, almost like puppet strings, or maybe just kind of reaching over her. I don't know. I just really liked it, and it was from, I want to think it was some advertisement for a Terminator show or movie. Excuse me. We got this. And I got Eddie here right beside me, so we got this. But now we're going to put on the words to find more about our story. And there's a lot of these that I am, as I call it, Frankensteining together and, cutting apart and making new words and everything. So at the top left, I'm going to be taking 3 separate, oh, there's Ollie on the screen there. He's my word helper today. Y'all know he loves to get up here and, supervise my journaling. But the 3 pieces I'm going to be putting together at the top left there is it was out of pure brain power. To me, that reads like this is intentional, like there was a lot of thought put behind whatever this page is going to be, and it was intentional. There's a lot of thought that went behind it. A lot of calculations. All that good stuff. And then next, to her shoulder there, I'm going to be putting 3 separate pieces together as well. It says, the world's upright citizen for the people. So, and as you can see, Ollie is helping me out there. He's keeping that paper clip in line. I was honestly glad he was focused on the paper clip. That way, he wouldn't just run across and send all the words flying. That's always the fear, right? When you're working with all these little bits of magazine. Just one gust of wind. I'm bad about it, even if I get up too fast, or I put the book down and just the air coming out from under the book will just send pieces flying. I'm like, well, there goes that. And then to finish off the left page at the bottom, I'm going to put the quest. And this was from the same page, but it was just too big to fit all in one piece. So I cut as much of that white space around out as I could and split it in half and, made a little doohickey thing there. To get technical. And then on the right side, we're going to be starting at the top right corner. It's going to say listening with a question mark. And then we're going to be going down a little below that. It's going to say, what am I going to do? And then right on top of where the man is just sitting there blissfully in the robot's lap, we're going to put concierge your life. Interesting. And then on the woman's shoulder at the bottom, I'm going to put 2 different ones together, and it's going to say fantasy, protector, and advocate. What y'all think? What y'all think? I think my cough is gone. Again, I apologize. I shoot these voiceovers all in one take, and We just keep it, we keep it authentic. I hate that though, so I appreciate your patience with me with it. And then at this point I thought I was done, but I actually found on my desk this little piece that had fallen out, and it was like a whole paragraph, but there was a couple sentences in there that stood out to me, and I knew they had to be on this page. So I was like, hold up, let me put that on there. And it says no in quotation marks. No takes a lot more energy. It's easier to say yes. And that's going right there with the robot's grin and above the man there. I mean, just say yes. It's all good. Get with the program. This is for your own benefit. No just takes a lot of energy. It's just easier to say yes. That took a turn, didn't it? Here's what it looks like with the words. And then we're just going to add a few just basic details on there with a Sharpie. My favorite, I guess, tool of choice on art pages lately. And I'm just coloring in that area to the spine, and then I'm going to be going around the outside and just making kind of a thicker border, like three chisel layers. This is a chisel tip marker, so like 3 line passes width of the marker, if that makes sense, just to give it a really like moody border there. And then I wanted to take a whiteout pen and just do dots, and I have Sharpie all over my arm there. Y'all see left-handed people problems, but I'm going to be going around with dots, and I just like it because to me it just, this is this whole like PR type thing, and it just reminds me of, you know, those lights that someone would get ready to go on like stage or to this press conference, you know, those like makeup lights or those like backstage theater lights. That's what it makes me think of. And there is the finished page, y'all. What do you think? I think this kind of tells the story a bit to me. Again, no right or wrong answers, but we found out we do have that one woman who has, everyone thinks that she's really doing things for good and working for good, and you know, she's created almost this boogeyman that people can, maybe it was a real person, maybe not, that people blame, you know, that's so horrible, but she's so great and she's doing all this stuff, you know, for the people. Is here, she's the upright citizen for the people, she's the protector and the advocate, and putting forth this image out there that, you know, people are just eating up, and she knows exactly how to dress, exactly how to act to get people to believe her, do what she says, etc. and so forth. And to me, it's just, it was all calculated, and it was a move to, you know, basically get people to trust her, see her as this person swooping in to, you know, save the people and what have you. And in reality, it's just exploit the people, which we're getting a little too real now, aren't we? But anyway, and then we have this cartoony looking robot, which, as I said before, in advertising, you see so many things. Like, you can evoke so many different feelings in people and evoke trustworthiness and etc. and so forth just by certain marketing techniques. You know, you have this robot that's just so cute and smiley, and he'll just hug you up, you know, and the guy feels so safe. And you can take anything and, you know, add a cute cartoon to it or add certain colors, and it's just all about knowing what demographic that you're trying to infiltrate, for lack of a better word, infiltrate and manipulate, basically. And it's this lady, she's found out how easy it is to do, to get people to see things in one way to your advantage and be doing the exact opposite behind the surface. So, the superhero, the savior of the people, the protector and advocate, it's all really just a fantasy. I don't know. What do y'all think? That's kind of what I see it as. Especially, I've had these images in my stash for a long time where she's kind of dressed in this way. It just reminds me of, how people in the media would dress a certain way, and it just, people would automatically think they're so trustworthy. They'll never have a scandal, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, we see it nowadays. People that have certain traits, certain physical traits, etc. and so forth, certain economic statuses, they're automatically put on almost a pedestal of trustworthiness, getting people to buy things, getting people, y'all know what I'm saying. We're not going to get too deep yet. We'll leave that for the full flip through. I think we have just a couple chapters left, so it's going to make a cool turn toward the end. I promise. I don't know what I'm going to call this one. I don't know. Maybe easier to say yes? Upright citizen? I don't know, but y'all will know when this video goes up. Again, I appreciate you so much for watching this little series of mine and joining in it with me. If this goes up the day it's supposed to, on Saturday, I mean, kudos, because I'm actually going to be out of town. So I'm working really hard to not have any content disruption. I'm going to be out in downtown Nashville for a work function. So wish me luck, because I am a country girl, and I have not lived in a city for like over 15 years. So it's pretty much like I done rolled out of the holler when I go anywhere. So it's going to be interesting, but it'll be fun. A bunch of us are carpooling up there, and it should be a really nice dinner. And I really like where I work now. I've been there over 3 months, and it's still just amazing. And I'm kind of looking forward to putting some, I talk to people on the phone and stuff, and it'll be neat to see what people look like. Anyway, enough about rambling. Thank y'all for watching chapter 21. And just stick around. We have chapter 22 and then chapter 23, which will be our final chapter, and then we'll have the flip through, where I'll do a long complete flip through where I talk through everything and just chat and ramble into oblivion, just like I am now. And then I'll probably do one that's just music for those that just want to see the pages. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good evening. Eddie hopes y'all too. He's here. Hopefully you couldn't hear him headbutting the microphone too much. But thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.